Mm-hmm. I don't have my earplugs. Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Look, I was looking. I looked at the camera and saw you. I said, oops, I forgot I don't have no earplugs in.
You know better.
I was like, that would help if I would plug in my earplugs. I'm testing it, making sure it's not on mute or anything, and I don't even have on the earplugs. So, wow.
Exactly. It bounces sound, and a lot of people just won't bother to put them on, but it just makes it so much easier if you do. So
Okay, so do I have enough lighting? Because, my
you
house is
need a
kind
little bit. It's a little bit dark on one side.
On one side, yeah.
You need the light to be more generalized. Hello, Dr.
So I
Nadia.
have one like
Hello.
sitting right in my face, like literally. So is that
Yeah,
good?
you need another one
Uh,
on the other side
Okay, so I
to
got to
balance
figure
it
that
out. So it's
out.
supposed to be like a V, like this.
Can
Like
you put the
like
light in
this.
front of you, Regina?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I have
light
it right in
behind
front of
you.
me.
She has one.
I
The
have one
light that's in
sitting
the
right on the
corner.
desk, but then
The
there's a
one that's
light in the corner. You can see
yeah,
that one?
that one in the corner. Put it on the other side of you,
Okay, hold
and
on.
you'll have enough light.
Okay, let me try that. Hold on.
Okay. These people go to Showtime Media Academy. I trained you on it. I tell you all how to do it.
Yes, yes, yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to part 2. Woo!
Wait, let me see what she said. What'd you say, Dr.
A
Nadia?
little more to the other side. A
Okay, so
little
I gotta
more.
find a plug. Okay, hold on.
Yes. Find another plug.
Okay.
It's getting there. She's almost there.
And we're waiting for Dr. Marjorie. Hopefully she got my message.
Yeah, I was on hip chat, but I don't like to be in the pit. either one of them if I can help it.
Right. Okay, how is that?
The light needs to be shining on your face, not behind you, so it still doesn't really
Oh,
help.
okay.
That's the challenge.
I don't have lamps in my house, so that's the thing. I
Yeah.
don't have the lamps. I have one lamp, and that's sitting right here in front of me right now.
Okay, well, sit down in the chair and let me see how
Okay.
it looks. Yeah, that's actually better.
Okay,
That's
and then I'm gonna
better.
put the hall
Oh,
light
yeah, that
on
looks
too, so
good.
that'll give a little bit more.
Yeah,
So hold
that
on,
looks
one more
good.
light. One more.
Okay.
Hold on.
So I need a cookie recipe for the office cookie exchange next week.
What kind of cookies are you trying to bring?
I don't know. I mean, I'm open to whatever. I just need a good cookie. Listen, I need to have the bomb cookies. My cookies need to be the best in the whole office. So I need a bomb recipe for this cookie exchange. I don't care if it's alien cookies. I just want it to be the best cookie at the exchange. So I need some recipes, cookie recipes.
Are y'all making cookies?
No, we're having a cookie exchange at the office, so I need some help with a cookie recipe from somebody.
Oh
So
wow.
my cookies are the
I'm the
bomb
wrong
when we
person.
exchange them.
That would definitely not be me.
Dr.
Okay, so do
Nadia
I
was
need
all like,
to?
I want to be making cookies. So I'm like, hey, I'm appealing to you. I need some cookie recipes.
I will
Do I
look
need to put my
one
computer
up.
higher? What'd you say, Nadia?
No, you look great, Regina. I
Okay.
was talking about cookie recipes.
Oh.
Yeah, I
So
want to.
Catherine is sick tonight, and Shakita
Okay.
has something. So we'll see if Dr. Marjorie, but it may just be the 3 of us hanging out
Oh,
tonight.
okay.
That's fine.
Oh,
We
that's
can
cool.
work it.
We have conversation, dialogue. That's the real time when it's real hanging out. All that over official
Exactly.
Yes.
stuff. That everybody wants some, We want to make sure they have a good time. We don't want to be all over official and stuffy. We want to make sure they have a good time. So.
Yes.
We're here to make sure.
And I'm loving that outfit, Regina, just so you know, all that
Thank
pink.
you. Yes, that's my Unlock Your Inner Confidence t-shirt. Woo!
Look at that. I love that. You guys with great t-shirts. I love that.
So yes,
I gotta
that's
get
my
me
new
a
t-shirt.
t-shirt business. Everybody got a t-shirt business except me.
Well, I only have this one,
Oh, okay.
but you're free to order one. Look. I only have this one with this message, but by all means, you can wear one too and be looking cute in your pink.
Yes, loving it. Well, we have a couple more minutes before it's official start time.
Oh, good. So people can't see us clowning right now?
They can. We're live.
Oh, why'd you do that? You should have at least told us we was live already. Oh, my goodness.
Remember, you know what? Number one, I'm just going to fuss. Everybody has access to Showtime Media Academy. You are supposed to go over there to get your training on how to light. And the main thing you always remember about media is that it can be on at any time. You don't say anything you don't want to be repeated, and you don't do anything that wants to be, because anybody can be paparazzi, because guess what? Everybody's got a cell phone. They can videotape you and upload you. Ask the Chicago police. So I'm going to say everybody really
I didn't say anything. I don't want anybody to know. So I'm good.
But everybody's got to
I'm
get
always
into Showtime.
ready. I'm
Get
always
that
ready.
Yes. Get into Showtime Media Academy. Get that training on how to light.
And I saw that. It's just that I don't have all those lights in my house, and I didn't want to stay at my office all night long. I was tired. So I had to make it work.
Yeah, it's late for you guys. It's late.
Yes. What time is it where you are?
I live in LA. It's 5 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, girl, please. It's already 8. I'm usually ready to be in my pajamas with my hair scarf on and my pink curls across the front. What?
Oh, no. That was Dr. Margie. She clicked the wrong link, so she should be here shortly. She's like, how do I join the party? I see you guys.
Hey, come on, mama. That's my mama.
Whew. All right, well, it's 5 o'clock, so let's go ahead and start this party. She'll be on shortly, but I guess we'll officially start the party. Dr. Nadia, it's on you.
Here. Welcome, everyone. This is Womanrepeneur15, the after party, part 2. So we're really excited, and we have a couple of our Womanrepeneur15 speakers here to share with you tonight. Again, it's myself, Dr. Nadia, Dr. Wright from California. Tonight we have the one and only Regina Robinson. And we're waiting for Dr. Margie Brown. She'll be on shortly. So we're really excited again tonight as we prepare for Womanpreneur 16. Yeah. We said, why wait until next year? Let's just do the after party. So thank you so much for joining us. We're really excited. Regina, tell us some of the good things you got cooking up for 2016.
Wow. So I am looking forward to launching my new reginaspeaks.com website at 12 midnight on New Year's Day. So, you know, as soon as the clock and the ball drops, so will reginaspeaks.com. So I am super excited and working really hard on that. Just finished up my draft for an ebook that's going to be my opt-in on the website on that day when it launches. So super excited about that. It's called Fearlessly Strutting in Your Confidence. Ooh. So I am super excited for that. 3 keys to unlocking your confidence. So super excited to put that ebook out. Also, the Inner Confidence Mastery Program that I have that will launch in January as well in 2016. So super, super excited about all the good things. And a couple of speaking events coming up in 2016. So super excited.
Oh, yeah, we like speaking.
Yeah. You know, I love being on stage. Here we come. So, a couple of speaking events, so I'm super excited about that.
Yes, and if you have never had the opportunity and the privilege to hear Regina speak, you are in for a treat tonight. The girl is bomb.com. So, yes,
Thank
stick around.
you.
Don't go anywhere. She gets up, she sets the stage on fire, and then she just drops the mic. So, yes. What
It is
about you,
all about
Dr.
setting the
Wright?
stage. Oh, well,
Yes. What you got going on?
what do I have going on? Well, I'm really excited to get back in the studio. Right Place TV show. We're going to start the 2016 season. I've been so busy with the HLIC movie that it kind of got a little bit pushed to the wayside. So I'm really excited. They're going to be letting out some information. Going to be booking some new guests. I already got some great interviews. I haven't aired my interview with Hillary Clinton yet. I haven't aired my interview with Dr. DeMartini yet, and so I'm looking forward to having some fabulous, fabulous guests. And we have an HLIC event coming up in March, so it's a retreat, and it's got all kind of great goodies to go with that. And of course, I'll be participating in the PPI speaking events. So, but that's the big thing, is really getting back to the thing that I love, the thing that brought me to the dance, and that's my television show that's on Los Angeles television on broadcast TV. So I am going to put more episodes online, but it is primarily a cable television show, 6 p.m. on Tuesday nights, and so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
thank you. Look at you. Hot stuff. I can't wait to see some
Yes.
of these interviews. See, ladies, we have connections. So she's interviewing Hillary Clinton. Who else knows who else she has up her sleeve? So keep an eye on that Dr. Ray hanging out over there in California. I keep
Yes.
telling her I'm going to just roll up over there and just crash the party. So
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
why
well,
she,
you're
she didn't
so
tell me
close.
much.
that's
She's so
right.
close. She could just she could be here literally in her car without changing freeways. She can get on one freeway and be at my house. So it's on her. She just got to come. She can't. She has to pass my house to get to LA. So
Oh, wow. So she's super close. So she
yes,
can definitely get
you
there
can
in no
definitely
time.
come here. We're probably the closest team members for PPI. We're the closest team members as far as proximity, and we're on the West Coast. Everybody else is on the East Coast, and I think we have a couple of team members in Texas.
Oh yeah, yeah. And we won't talk about Nadia's driving because yeah, I tend to drive like someone's chasing me. So can y'all believe after 16 years I got my first speeding tickets in 16 years, and it was one of those camera things, so I just got that
Hmm.
that ugly surprise in the mail. And then I was like,
Right.
I don't know what I should I go to court about this, cuz I probably, yeah, I don't know. So I'll just pay it and keep it
Just
moving.
pay the ticket, Dr. Nadia. You know
Right.
you were
I
speeding.
know. I know. I was like, I'm probably, yeah. Let's just go ahead and pay this. I
Yes.
can remember being over there that day. Like, that's the bad thing. At first, I was like, that's me clearly in my car, but when was I even there? Like, I had to look at my calendar. Like, oh, I had a speaking engagement. Whoops.
See? So it was definitely you. You can't even blame your husband. It was definitely you.
Oh no, Toad most of the time drives like he's a slow driver in the family. I'm the one that's much more aggressive.
It's like, I got places to go. Move out. Move out.
Yes.
Get away. I used to get a lot of tickets, but, well, I won't say I got tickets. I never got a ticket, but I would get pulled over a lot. So I'm not built for tickets, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. But I would get pulled
Mhm.
over a lot. And so I used to say, I don't
You did
drive
the
too
English
fast.
language?
I just fly too low. So that's how I stayed out of that. But anyway, I got pulled over one time, and the police officer, he still didn't give me a ticket, but he was like, I had to pull you over. You passed me on the freeway, and people were pointing.
Really? You never mind. Never
You know
Yeah,
what
you
mind.
it
were
is?
really
No, you
driving
know what it
fast.
is? Let me just tell you, I have great cop karma, and for me, when I see a police car, there's no stop the brakes, get afraid, slow. There's no reaction to that. To me, that's just like, hey, how you doing? What's up? I don't have a negative reaction. I don't even have the thought to check myself and make sure I'm not doing anything wrong. So yes, I have sped right past
Clearly.
like, hi, so
Clearly,
that's
just
just
don't
me.
care.
Yeah, I just don't. No, it's not that I don't care. It's just that I have good experiences. I used to teach for Noble, National Organization of Black Law Executives. So I've been around policemen, been around black policemen, and had very good experiences. So in my head, even if I see a policeman in the rear view mirror, I'm not going to think I'm doing anything wrong. It's just like, oh, there's a policeman. Okay. It just doesn't dawn on me, and sometimes I am doing wrong. So I used to get pulled over a lot.
See.
Mm-mm.
I
I can't.
thought
I
I heard
can't. My
Dr.
mom's a
Margaret
former
try and
police
buzz
officer.
in.
No, this was my cell phone because I forgot to turn it off. So
Oh,
that was
okay.
my friend calling me to give me a cookie recipe. So,
Hopefully that's one you can use. Do
oh,
you
she's
guys?
a chef.
Yes.
If she calls me for a cookie recipe, I can use it. I called her one time because I got booked for a commercial to talk about this electric knife, and so I went in to do the commercial, and they shot some stuff, and then they said we need a recipe that you made with this electric knife, and then you're going to come back and we're going to have a professional food, organizer, dresser make the dish that you turn in, and then you can shoot the rest of the commercial with it. So I was like, oh my God. So I called this friend, her name is Angela Leonard. I called her. She is a real chef. So I go, I got this commercial, I need a recipe. She's like, great. Stuffed pork chops, blah, 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 blah. I wrote it down, I sent it in. So when I got back to shoot the rest of the commercial, the food chef person who dresses food had made it for me, and so I was in the commercial going, look, I love this electric knife, and this is what I made. So yeah, so I know her cookie recipe will be the bomb because I've actually used her recipes before to finish a commercial job.
Got it. That's
See.
sweet. I think you should send me a couple just so I could, sample them.
Sample
Oh,
them out,
I will
right?
do that. I will do that.
Do you
I
guys
will.
both have Logitech ear like the little things on?
Yes, we do, because when you go to Showtime Media Academy, that is
Go
what I
ahead.
recommend.
I do have them. However, I don't want this big old thing on top of my head looking like Papa
Okay.
Smurf. So
Okay.
that's why I have mine in. Because I don't like that big old thing on top of my head. But I've been had my Logitechs, yes.
Okay.
But I just
So
don't
Well,
like
for
proud.
them.
me, I
They're
mean,
not
I'm not
cute.
I'm not fond of it. I'm really not fond of the big
But your
Mickey Mouse
hair
ears.
covers yours. At least your
Yeah,
hair covers
a
yours.
little bit. But the thing is, it's more important that clients hear me well than anything else, because people will not listen to bad sound. They will listen to
Yes.
they'll watch a blurry picture, but if you start having bad sound or start having issues, it's too irritating for the nervous system. So my concern is, are people watching able to get the message? So that means I got to wear these? No problem, I'll wear them.
But you guys can hear me perfectly fine on my Apple earplugs, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
I recommend Apple earplugs also, so
Okay.
they're always here as a backup. I'm always like Plan B. It's like if these break
Yeah,
down
so
or the
I got them
batteries
close.
die,
That's
I'm
right. I
gonna
got
have
them close.
hmm So it's definitely an option. It's definitely an option to use those kind of earplugs. But the main thing is that we don't want the sound bouncing, so that every little thing doesn't mess up what you have to say. So again, all of this media training is in Showtime Media Academy for everybody. So I suggest y'all get into it. So
Yes, yeah, but so Dr. Wright is not going to step off her soapbox. You see
Yeah.
how she feels about
I'm
lighting
done fussing
and
about Showtime
sound,
Media Academy.
and
Yes.
She's gonna make
that's why we
sure
bring
we're
her
well
on.
aware of lighting, people.
Yes,
Exactly. But
and making sure that sound.
I want to hear about your new ebook. That is really sounding interesting, and I just want you to share some of the things that you're going to cover.
So we gave in the ebook, and it covers 3 different keys. So it's 3 keys to unlocking your confidence, and one of those keys is self-acceptance, self-belief, and I won't give the third one out, but those are 2. And on each one, we break down different highlights of areas that you can use to cover those things to start. And then self-love, let's just give it self-love.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a
So
free ebook, so it's not like
so I
you're.
wanted to
No,
leave
I mean, we're
something
gonna.
for surprise. I wanted to leave
Well,
something in
well,
suspense.
we don't need a surprise, girl. We need that education. We need that knowledge that you're giving us.
So
We
self
don't know what
love
the third is. We can't guess it. We got to go. So anyway,
for self
tell me
love.
about self acceptance. When you're working with clients and you're finding what are the signs that they do not have self acceptance? Because I think a lot of us are fooling ourselves about that.
hmm so oftentimes we're making ourselves believe that we are, I say the whole thing where, I'm fabulous, I'm awesome, and I look great, and all of those things when I'm looking in the mirror or when people see me, I portray those things. But when I actually look in the mirror, are those really the things that I see? Or in fact, because the mirror isn't going to lie. After you look at it in the mirror in quite a bit of time, it's going to tell you the truth about you. And so just being able to accept where you fall short and where you need to work on different areas in your life and being able to work on those areas so you can become a better version of you. And so those
Got
are
it.
some of the key things that I talk about in the ebook, just being able to love yourself just as you are. The problem is most people want to love themselves the way the world says they should love themselves. But in reality, you should be loving yourself just as you are and every day working to be the best you that God is destined for you to be.
Got it. So, what would you say is the difference between self-love and self-acceptance?
So for the self-love part is oftentimes for me, I feel like we do so much for everyone else that we forget about our own selves. We don't even show our own self any love. Most of us have been in relationships so Dr. Nadia is married, but most of us have been in relationships where we love another person. We invest a lot into them. We do a lot into them. But then after a while, we start treating them a little different. We're maybe not paying attention to them as much. We're not doing the things we did in the beginning with them. And so in actual reality, I say actually, most of us, although we do that to someone else we love, most of us are in fact doing that to ourselves. We're not showing ourselves as much love as we did in the beginning. We're not appreciating ourselves as much as we did. And we're allowing the world to put different parameters around us that we don't, so we see ourselves differently and we're not giving ourselves that love. So just being able to love yourself just as you did and continue to love yourself even more at a greater height.
So, what kind of results can we see when we start to really embrace that self-love? I mean, how's our life going to change?
So for me, I feel, well, just owning my own self, I think that when you start to self-love yourself more, you can see that you're going to start growing in different areas. So let's say for me, it was stepping out and being able to take bigger risks in my business, being able to show up in my power and not apologize about it. I was no longer dimming my lights because I didn't want to shine maybe brighter than someone else. So I didn't, not put the high beams on. So I think there's so many different areas in your life where you can stand to grow and develop. And those are key things that's going to help you to go to the next level. So when you're thinking about putting that program out or you're thinking about writing that book or different things, you'll now be able to step out there and really trust that you have what it takes or that you are worthy or that people want to hear your story because your story matters.
Nice, nice. I really love that concept, and I love that you're teaching that because definitely in the African American community, we need a little bit more self appreciation, self love, and a little more dedication to following through and doing the things that we need to do to take care of ourselves. It's imperative to the whole thing. So which Womenpreneur 16 will you be speaking at?
You asking me or Dr. Nadia that?
I'm asking you. Well, Dr. Nadia is all knowing, but
I'll be in all of them.
when it comes to Womenpreneur 16, she is all knowing on that aspect. But I just wanted to, because we have two next year, and so I just wanted the audience to know where they can catch you and how they can see you and some of the specifics about where you'll be speaking in 2016.
So as far as the Womenpreneur, I'm not quite sure yet. I'm waiting to get my email from Dr. Nadia. So wherever she says, that's where I'll be.
Okay, okay,
Um,
very good. That's beautiful. She's making
so
herself available, ladies.
wherever
So
she says, that's where I'll
Yeah.
be.
that's
Anything
what
to
she did.
support Dr. Nadia.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you. Well, mark your calendars. We'll be in Dallas, Texas, April 1st and 2nd of 2016, and then we'll be back right here in beautiful sunny Arizona, October 7th and 8th of 2016. So 2 opportunities, and we'll be hosting events such as this one virtually in between those different events as we roll into 2016. So we're really excited.
Oh,
And
super
Arizona is
excited.
so pretty in October, I'll tell you. It's
Oh, and
just
that's my
like
Yes.
birthday. So I might definitely be in Arizona. That's my birthday.
Yes.
yeah, yeah. It's awesome, awesome. It was awesome last year. It was every day was exciting. The speakers we discovered were just, there were a lot of people that I hadn't had a chance to hear before. So I was really, really loving that fresh new input, and just having a chance to be in Arizona. I actually haven't been in Arizona other than the airport in quite a few years, and so it was just fun to enjoy. I love being warm, so I don't care about that, but uh,
Here, here.
yeah. I love the warm weather, and it's like, oh my goodness, this is great. And I just enjoyed it so much. But it was just the women and the speakers were amazing. So if you're
Yeah.
thinking about coming, whether you're closer to Dallas or whether you're closer to Arizona, it says take some time. I'm going to tell you, by the time October comes in 2016, you're going to be ready for some refreshing. You're going to be ready for some new input. You're going to be ready to meet some new power partners. You're going to be ready for what we have going on in October. And you're also going to be ready in April because you'll be finished with the first quarter and it'll be time to refresh and start anew. And if you want to move faster, somebody said this earlier today around 1 o'clock, some lady, I really respect this lady. She said that if we wanted to make more money, we had to be better. We had to learn more. We had to get better. And so this is a great place for you to put yourself in check constantly and make the mid-course, you know, changes, the mid-course changes. So, I really thought about that today when she said that to me. If I wanted to make more money in 2016, if I wanted to do better, if I wanted to be better, I had to be better. It wasn't about the circumstances. It wasn't about the economy. It wasn't about anything else. It's not about anything else other than me. Am I getting better? Am I challenging myself? Am I partnering with the right people? Am I staying on course? So you guys, Womenpreneur is super, super powerful. It's amazing, and you will kick yourself in 2016 if you miss it.
Yes, yes, you will. Well, we don't want to belabor the hour, Miss Regina. So I hope you had a chance to get warmed up, girl. 'Cause I'm ready to post some notes. So for those of you viewing, if you want to post some nuggets, post any questions, head on over to our Facebook group.
Did Dr. Nadia freeze?
Uh-oh, I think she froze up. Well,
The
our face.
comments as Regina shares.
Okay, say it again,
Say
Dr.
it
Nadia,
again.
because
You
you
froze
froze up.
up.
Yeah, say it again. Tell them where to
Uh-oh,
post again.
it's virtualnetworkinglive.com. Virtualnetworkinglive.com. The group is open. I'm headed over. All right, so I'm ready. I'm in position to post. And Miss Regina, when you are ready, take it away.
Okay. So tonight I just wanted to come along and share with all the guests of Womenpreneur After Party in regards to unlocking your inner confidence and showing up as the authentic you. So most of the time as women, and I guess I can only speak more so from women because I am a woman, so I can't speak for men, but definitely as women, we often doubt our abilities to walk in our confidence, own our value, whether that's our worth, valuing our unique gifts, and basically unapologetically showing up as the authentic you. So oftentimes we can look good, we feel amazing, we get before people and we're awesome, and we're just saying all of those things to allow people to see the surface us. But then on the inside, when we really look at ourselves and reflect and look over what it is we're really dealing with, that's not actually what we see. So in actual reality, we're pretending. We're pretending that we're confident. We're pretending that we're awesome. We're pretending that we're amazing. But when in fact we're struggling on the inside with our insecurities to do different things, to show up in our power, to take bigger risks, to go to the next level. But one thing we can't keep doing is looking in the mirror much longer and pretending. We can pretend to the world, but when we look in the mirror, we can't pretend to ourselves, because the mirror is a true reflection of who we really are. And so until we're able to deal with those things, we'll continuously allow to have a surface reflection, but our inner reflection will not match that. And so when people look real closely, they'll be able to see that what you're portraying is not actually what you are. Why? Because people won't be connecting themselves to you, but instead you'll watch to see them separating yourselves. So I know I can ask, if we had this whole interactive conversation, the whole thing would be for me is all of us have someone that we know who has actually done that, whether it was ourselves or whether it was someone that we're around, that person who pretends they have it all together, but they really don't. So it's all about not trying to pretend you have it together, but in fact working on yourself so that you can have it all together. And so I say that because I know I was that person who was if you ever hear the statement where people say, I'm blessed and highly favored. So that's that whole church lingo that most people use. But the problem is, I say that because I know I was the blessed and highly favored queen. So I would show up and someone would say, oh, how are you doing, Sister Regina? And I say, I'm blessed and highly favored. But all alone, I was broken. I was tore down. I was struggling on the inside because I was doubting my worth. I didn't have confidence, and I wasn't sure about me. So when I got before other people, I could put on that facade and I could look good, and my makeup looked good, and my lipstick looked good, like it always does, see? But on the inside, I didn't feel the way I looked on the outside. So I had to do some major soul searching so that I can figure out what it was that was pulling me back from being able to be more confident, to show up and be awesome and amazing, and be my authentic self, so that I didn't have to say blessed and highly favored, but really didn't mean I was blessed and highly favored. So if we really get honest with ourselves, like I had to get honest with myself, I had to admit I was struggling big time. So I lacked confidence, like I said. I didn't know how to play and take bigger risks in my business. So I was struggling in a lot of different areas. But what I realized was I had to speak up and ask for help in order to go to the next level. See, most of us aren't willing to invest in ourselves. We want other people to invest in us, but we're not willing to invest in ourselves. So how can we ask for someone else to invest in us, but we don't see the true value in investing in ourselves? What I had to realize is I had taken my business to a level where I had all the ideas, but I just needed a perspective of how to put some of those ideas to the next level. So I had to begin to invest in myself and hire a coach. And why was it easy for me to make the investment? And that's because I had to reflect back and realize that, you know what, I wouldn't be where I was if my mother didn't value investments. So see, when I was getting prepared for college, to leave high school, she invested in me to go to college. So see, that was a highlight for me to say and know the importance of valuing and investing in yourself. So I value and invest in my business so that I can take it to the next level. But tonight I want to share a couple of different things with you about how I discovered and was able to really get that awakening that I really wasn't happy where I was. So I used to be a former high school teacher, And I taught for years in education. But one thing I realized was I was going to work and I was showing up and I was smiling and I loved my job. But what I realized was I was giving 100% to other people's children. But when I got home, I didn't have 100% to give to my own daughter. See, the balance of being at school all day, grading papers when I got home, cooking dinner, getting homework with my own child, picking her up from daycare late, it was overwhelming. It was a lot to deal with. So I instantly and immediately realized that some things just wasn't working. So what was I going to do to change what was working? I kept saying, okay, God, I just need a new reality. I'm not sure. It's a lot going on and I'm just not sure. So about 8 years ago, my boss called me into his office, and I'm thinking it's just a regular conversation we're going to have. I get into his office and he says, we love you here. You do such an awesome job with the children, but we can no longer afford to keep your position. Well, that was a punch right in the gut. Can I tell you? I'm a single mom. So for me, all I could think of was how I'm supposed to keep my bills paid, get the things that we need, actually afford to keep the household running, keep food on the table. So you can imagine how I felt on that day. So unlike usual days when I race home on the Beltway to get my daughter from aftercare, I decided on that day I would come home first. Why? Because I felt like I needed to have a conversation with God. Because I knew if I picked her up that way, then she would get the grunt of what I was feeling, or she would feel the emotion of what I was feeling. So unlike most of you, we all have to have that time where we have that ugly cry. And I said, well, God, what am I do? Oh my gosh. And I said, but we didn't have this discussion. Can I tell you, God had to shut me down and said, I don't have to have a discussion with you. You just have to have faith and trust that I already have a plan. Little did I know, about 2 years before I was let go from my job, I started a business part-time. And that business was Suited for Success College Planning Services. And why did I start that business was because I worked with high school students, and I realized decades later they were going through exactly what I went through when I was in high school. And that was not knowing how to navigate the college process. So I knew how unfamiliar and how it felt for me and my mother to go through that process without knowing and trying to figure it all out on our own. I didn't want to see other children have to continue to go through that same thing. So I began taking children on college tours and working with children to complete the college process. So God says, hello, you said a new reality. Here is that new reality. That's why you started that business 2 years ago. Now that will now go from being a part-time business to a full-time business. So I had to trust and have faith. Now, can I tell you, that was still hard to swallow, because we all want to know how everything is going to play out. We want step A, B, and C, and we want to know ahead of time. That was me. I'm not going to even pretend that wasn't me. I wanted to know what A, B, and C entailed. Because again, I was a single mom, so I was scared. So I was like, okay, God, I need you to just show me how this is all going to work. He says, listen, just trust me. And so I had to begin to trust him. And can I tell you, I rejoice today because never once did my mortgage go unpaid. Never once did we not have what we needed, and never once did we go without food on our table. But that became my reality because I was able to trust him. And when things got different and I didn't know, I was asking questions. I was going to conferences. I invested in a coach. See, we got to be willing to invest and do what we need to do in order to go to the next level. So when I went to the next level, I want to make sure I don't miss any nuggets. So if I look down, that means I want to make sure I don't miss giving you any points. So after starting Suited for Success, I was clear about what it took to walk in my confidence and be able to take a punch, get back up, and keep moving. Because I could have stayed down. I could have said, oh my gosh, I got to go and find another job. Because how many of you know that most of y'all in y'all family that are entrepreneurs are probably saying to you, you better go back and get that every 2-week paycheck, because that's what I heard on a regular basis. You better go back and get a secure job where you have benefits and an every 2-week paycheck. And it was scary because I was used to my direct deposit for my every 2-week paycheck. And so, as an entrepreneur, there's no guarantee you get an every 2-week paycheck. Come on now. And the first at least 3 to 4 years of your business, you might not even get paid. You're working and you're maybe not even getting paid. So I had to realize that I had to step out there and trust God and get ready to move in whatever it was he had for me to do. And so I had 3 key points that I wanted to try and share with you. And that was, for me, it was, my first point was not allowing fear. I'm sorry, my phone rings into my computer. So not allowing fear to hold me hostage. So when I got fired, I could have allowed fear to hold me hostage and just been like, okay, I got to run all over town and look for a new job. But I didn't. So I didn't allow the fear of failure to keep me down. I didn't allow the fear of rejection. So if I had called a client and they decided they didn't want to work with me, that didn't stop me. Every no means there's a yes coming after that no. So I didn't allow the fear of judgment, like I said, other people saying to you, you better go back and get that every 2-week paycheck because you don't want to get out there and then you don't have that security blanket. And then the fear of inadequacy. Will my parents think that my business is something that they should invest in for their children? So of course, I was scared. But I knew I had what it takes to allow them, to assist them, and to navigate with them through the college process because I had done it successfully so many times with students in my class. Just not as a business in the beginning, but just with my students in my class. And then I feared the fear of success. How many of you always say you want to be successful, but you fear being successful? So success is waiting, but you keep on backing up. Success is waiting for you to just take the next step, but you keep backing up. Success is waiting for you to create that new program, but you said not yet because I don't have all the pieces. How do I know that? Because I did that for a long time. Success is waiting for you to step on that stage and share your story, but you keep saying my story don't matter. Can I tell you your story is not for you, but it is meant so that someone else may grow, be blessed, and move to the next level. So don't keep your story inside, but share your story so that someone else can go to the next level. See, I don't step on stage and share my story so that I can say I'm just another person on the agenda for that day to speak, or I'm just another speaker with a title, or that I'm just a logo. No, I step on stage because I know someone will resonate with my story and someone will be moved and go to the next level by my story. So that is why I share my story, and that is why I'm so passionate and confident about getting on stage without apology and showing up in my power, because I want someone else so that they can see and they can be blessed and they can be moved, because something might resonate with them that they were too that same person or going through those same struggles. So if I can bless and help someone else, then that's what I'm there to do. So the truth is, fear only sticks around when you don't have the inner confidence to combat fear. So when those fearful things hit you and they say, oh, well, you should go back to work because you need that 2-week paycheck, say absolutely not. The clients are coming and that will cover what I did make on those 2-week paychecks. See, when fear starts coming, you have to change the negative thoughts and replace them with positive, encouraging, empowering thoughts to yourself. See, that's where we go wrong, because we don't encourage ourselves and we entertain the negative thoughts and we remain captive in the fear. So can I tell you, step out of fear today and walk, and don't allow it to hold you back. So if one of those fears of failure, rejection, or judgment, or inadequacy, or success is holding you back today, identify which one is holding you back and work on it and catapult it and move forward. And don't allow it to keep pushing you to keep and stay in the same place that you are today. One of my true stories about the fear part, mine was fear of inadequacy. I struggled with that in the beginning. I struggled with, will my story matter? Will someone believe I'm worth being on their stage? Will they understand my story? Will I have enough power when I'm on the stage so that others can see that my story really matters? Or I question whether people will think I'm an expert at what I do. So, but can I tell you, I had to finally become confident with myself and say, listen, if they don't invite you on your stage, that's just their loss, because they just have not heard you rock your stage yet. So see, I had to get within myself and you can't want someone else to want you to show up and you're not ready to show up in your power. So how are you showing up so that others can see you, and not you just wanting people to see you, but you're not showing up? So you have to be willing to show up so that someone can see you. And when you're leading by example, can I tell you, I've shown up when I didn't even know I was showing up. Social media is huge. So people are watching even when you think they're not watching. And so for me, I'm consistent across the board. So people are watching and saying, can you come and can you share? Can you come and can you speak? Why? Because they're just watching me and I didn't even know it. I'm just being me. Can I tell you, just be you. All you can do is be you, because everyone else is already occupied. And can nobody be a better you than you? And so most of us get caught up in, oh, I don't know if I can be a great speaker because there's so many other speakers out there. Can I tell you, there's no other speaker out there like you. There is no one else out there that can share your story like you can. And there is no one out there who can own the stage the way you will own the stage when you get out there and speak. So for me, I don't have fear or doubt anymore about how I will show up. And again, I just show up without apology in my power and share my story from my heart so that it resonates with someone else. So as long as you do that, you can keep doing the same thing. So how many of you have ever faced fear along your journey? If you have, that's all right. Now what do you do to move forward? You catapult fear when it arises. You encourage yourself, you empower yourself, and you keep moving. Don't stand still and allow fear to paralyze you right where you are. My second point is assess your own self-worth. That's huge. Most of us don't think we're worth it. Most of us don't think we're worth whether we should charge high prices for our clients. Come on now. Some of you know you want to raise your prices, but you're afraid you won't get any clients. You better raise your prices. You better raise your prices and put your prices for what your value is and stop undervaluing your worth. See, we are so busy undervaluing our worth. As women, we do not like to talk about money. We just do not like to talk about money. Men, they don't hesitate. They don't hesitate to talk about money. They don't hesitate to talk about sales. Shay and Trevor are huge about that. I've been in several of their workshops where they talk about stop being afraid to talk about money. Stop being afraid to ask for the sale. So we as women have to stop being afraid to ask for the sale. And then you also have to be willing to admit that you're doubting your worth or that you're not seeing the value in who you really are. So again, I share back that when I struggled with self-worth, I was that person who was that blessed and highly favored queen. I said it, and I said it with compassion when someone asked me. But in all the reality, I was doubting whether I was even worth it. I was going through the motions. I was saying, okay, if I show up, will anybody show up? Will anybody, hear, or will anybody come? I've done workshops all across Prince George's County and DC and in other counties in Maryland for schools and for organizations and fraternities, sororities, and churches. And if I arrive to an event that someone has invited me and there's 5 parents or families there, I show up in a room as if there's 100, and I give 100% when I step on the stage. See, we have to realize no matter how many people are in the room, you should always give it your all. You should never second guess or never deplete what you're willing to share just because the room is not filled. Someone in that room is there to hear exactly what God has for you to share, but you just have to be willing to share it and share it at 100% and don't get 50%. So when I show up every time and give 100% every time I step on stage. So we have to be willing to not question what we're worth, but always believe we're worth everything God has in store for us. And so when we can start believing that, then that's when we can go to the next level. But see, I had to stop a while back. Like I said, when I got that punch in the gut, when my confidence was definitely shattered, I had to stop and take a self-assessment of myself. And I had to really reflect on what it was I was dealing with and what things were taking me back. So I had to step back and stop building my business and work on building me. See, oftentimes we work on building an empire, we work on building a huge business, but we forget about building you. So your business can't sustain if you're not sustaining. Let me say that again. Your business can't sustain if you're not sustaining. So if you're building this big business, but in the inside you're falling apart, who's going to run the business? So you have to just as equally be a strong you in order to have a strong empire. So for me, I had to step back and take a self-assessment of that. And that's exactly what I did. And so I took an inner confidence assessment that I worked on. And I really worked on myself and understanding and asking myself different questions. So when I went on this journey to start working with women entrepreneurs on unlocking their inner confidence and showing up in their power and just being the authentic you and being able to walk in their power, purpose, and poise, I had to say, what are some things and what are some areas that we really need to discover in order to be who we're supposed to be? So I had to take that self-assessment and really evaluate myself. And I actually have that self-assessment to share with you tonight. So if you stay on the hangout with us, I'll definitely share how you can get that same self-assessment as well as a free gift to you. My third point is, let's move right along, is you have to know what it takes to become authentic. So what is it to be authentic? Just be yourself. See, I struggled at first because I said, oh, will people be able to take that or deal with when I work with my students and coaching my students as an educational coach, I'm a no-nonsense coach. Come prepared, come ready, come have your stuff in order because we're going to work. Why? Because this is your next level. This is where they're going in their education, and this is what's going to pave the way for them as they go through the next couple of years. So I was very straightforward, even in my workshops, so telling the parents, look, this is the reality. This is what your kids are going to have to do to be competitive against other kids, because they're not only competing against themselves, but competing against people all around. So, and the same thing with my coaching, I said, oh, will parents be able to accept that, that I have that personality? But can I tell you, most parents would run up to me after my workshops and say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing things that way, because I wanted my kid to be able to understand the reality that everything is not going to be handed to them on a silver platter. They have to do the work. And that's the same thing with my coaching clients as when I work with women entrepreneurs. I'm like, okay, let me know what we're working on. Here's the goal. This is the map plan. These are the action steps. We have to get to it. No more excuses. See, we have to stop making excuses from why we can't get to the next level. Stop all the excuses and walk in your greatness and go to the next level. Because I tell people all the time, I'm big on saying your greatness lies at the edge. I'm huge with that. And I said, but the problem is most of us aren't willing to go to the edge and look over and see what God has for us. If we would just be willing to go to the edge and stop going back. See, most of us are backing up. We're backing up. But can I tell you, there's nothing in the back? But the greatness is at the edge. We just got to be willing to step up there and go and see what God has in store for us. And when we can do that, we can reap all the rewards that he has. But until we do that, we're going to continuously stay where we are. We make excuses. We stay stuck in our space of where we need to be, but we could be coming out of our comfort zone and going to the next level. See, it's time for you to step out of your comfort zone and go to the next level. What will you do to end 2015 so that you can walk into 2016 ready to catapult and go to the next level in your journey? See, because 2015, we are less than probably, 22 days away maybe? I'm not even counting, but we're about 23 days maybe, 23, 24 days. What are you going to do for the next 23, 24 days to catapult fear, walk in your greatness, be the authentic you, and most importantly, show up in your power? See, because you've only got 23 days left to do it. So you got to make sure when you do it with all the power you have available to you. So how do you get in the space of being the authentic you? By not comparing yourself to anyone else. Can I tell you, stop getting caught up with what you see on social media. I tell people all the time, don't get caught up in the glitz and the glamour on social media, because you don't know what it took for that person to get to that space. I tell people all the time, you don't know what my journey is. You don't know what I went through to get to where I am. So we can't look at other people and expect ourselves to be where they are, because we don't know what it took for them to get there. So stop wanting to be everyone that you see, because you only see half of the picture. You don't see the whole story. And then by not being afraid to stand out. Why are we so afraid to stand out from everyone else? Stand out and be you. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing, but you can in fact stand out and just be your own individual self. Take risks. Go to the next level by just being you. So how many of you have friends and family who you think are crazy because they're on an entrepreneurial journey, and that you see them working hard, grinding hard, as most people will say? I don't really like the word grinding, but working hard to go to the next level. Well, support them and encourage them. But most importantly, for us that are the ones doing the big things and going hard and working for ourselves and working to grow our business, stop worrying about the fact that everyone doesn't support what you're doing. God didn't give the vision to them. He gave it to you. So why do you have to get caught up on whether everybody else agrees or accept what your journey is supposed to be? That's not what you need to focus on. What you need to focus on is just doing it and being able to walk and do what you need to do to take your business to the next level. See, my approach is, I had a quote that I like that says, authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be. Let me say that, who we think we're supposed to be, and embracing who we are. See, stop embracing who you think you're supposed to be and just be who you're supposed to be. And again, no one could be you but you. So walk in who you are. So I'm shuffling my papers. So try to move. Most of us can't go through those three stages and those three steps that I mentioned is because we have to stop carrying the baggage. I tell people all the time, release the shackles that you have bound around you of fear, doubt, rejection, no peace, no risk, no success. Release all of that and walk in your power, walk in your greatness, and do all that God has in store for you so that you don't have to keep going backwards and saying, I wish I could have. In 2015, I wish I did. So now in 2016, I'm going to. No, do it now, do it today. So I challenge you from this moment forward, not 6 months, not 3 months, not next week, not later, right now, today, to move in your greatness, show up in your power, be the authentic you, and most importantly, walk in your confidence. And remember that only as high as you reach can you grow, only as far as you seek can you go, only as deep as you look can you see, and only as much as you dream can you be. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. Regina, did you share your free gift?
Oh, yeah, so I didn't know if I was waiting for you to come on just in case I had to wait for you to do that.
No, no,
So,
no. Share that so
oh,
I can write
okay.
it down. Yes,
Um,
that was some stuff.
So you can, in order to, again, I said I had to assess what I believed about myself and where I was in terms of my own negative self-talk, self-doubt, and fear, and I had to admit what changes I needed. So I had to do a self-assessment of my inner confidence and why I was lacking confidence in those areas. And so I took an assessment, and I want to offer you that free assessment as well. And it's a checklist, and it's actually a score sheet to show you how you range with where you are in your confidence. And so to get that, you can actually text the word confidence and your name and email. Again, text the word confidence, your name and your email to 240-681-9024. So 240-681-9024.
Got it. That number is 240-681-9024.
Yes, and so
Perfect.
just send a text message with the word confidence, your name, and your email. Put your full name and your email, and I will get that checklist out to you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I loved it. No more excuses, and your greatness lies at the edge. You dropped some amazingly juicy nuggets tonight. So thankful for you. Any comments, Dr. Wright? You're on mute, Dr. Wright.
She said, oh.
I just want to say, no, I mean, drop the mic. There's nothing else to be added to that. I think that was very, very powerful, a lot for us to think about. Right.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Regina. It looks like Dr. Margie is here. Dr. Margie, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, wow, I made it in, right? How's everybody doing tonight? Grace and peace.
We're doing wonderful, wonderful. So thank you so much for joining us. How are things going with you this evening?
I'm doing wonderful now that I've joined the party.
Yeah, we love having to deal with technical issues, technical difficulties. They're always exciting.
Yes, they are.
So tell us some of the things that you have that you're cooking up for 2016.
Well, for 2016, I have just organized a new platform on leadership development, which I call Grand Slam Kingdompreneur Game Changers in the Marketplace. And I utilize that term because I work with a lot of pastors, ministry leaders, emerging leaders. And I don't necessarily use the term lay people. because I believe that everyone is a potential leader to some extent. And if you're not, then that's where I come in, and I can help you build on that gift, that dream, that vision, that business idea, whatever that gift is inside of you, to help you catapult it in the marketplace.
Nice, nice. So what we would love to do, Dr. Margie, is go ahead and have you share a few nuggets with us this evening. Can everyone hear her okay? Regina, Dr. Wright?
It's a back it's some kind of muffleless, like it's a back noise, but that could just be my side only hearing that. What
Dr.
about you,
Margie?
Doctor?
Oh, wait. It seems like we just lost her. All
Oh
right,
yeah,
we'll
there you
wait
go.
to see. In the meantime, everyone be sure to text the word confidence along with your full name and your email address to 240-681-9024 to receive your inner confidence self-assessment. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Regina. We are looking
And they can
forward to
follow
that.
me. They can follow
Uh-oh.
me on all my social media platforms at Regina R Speaks. I forgot to say that. Sorry. So they can follow me on Twitter, Periscope, and Instagram at Regina R Speaks, and on Facebook at Regina Robinson Speaks. And again, don't forget December 31st. Well, no, January 1st at 12 a.m. They can sign on and at reginarobinsonspeaks.com for my new website, where they'll be able to subscribe to our and receive the free ebook, Fearlessly Strutting in Your Confidence.
Yeah, fearlessly strutting in your confidence. So you definitely want to get that. So, Regina, I know you have to go soon.
I think we froze. Hello?
Oh, there I am. All right. I know
Okay.
you have to go soon because there's homework to be done at the Robinson household. Dr. Wright is probably off to do some amazing media stuff and blab. So we'll see if Dr. Margie makes it back. If not, we'll just have her on for next week. So next week we're doing part 3, December 14th
Yes.
at 8 p.m. Eastern. You definitely want to be right here in the place to join us for the final version of the after party for Womanpreneur15 as we prepare to close out the year 2015. Don't forget to mark your calendars. April 1st and 2nd of 2016, we will be in Dallas, Texas, and October 7th and 8th, we will be right here in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. So lots of things going on for Womanpreneur 16, but we just couldn't wait. We were in a hurry. We just couldn't wait until 2016. So we just had to start sharing some nuggets and some cookie recipes and all kinds of goodness over here. I'm waiting, Dr. Wright. I'll be checking my mailbox, looking forward to some delicious cookies. So I want to thank you all for joining us. So Regina, tell us a little bit more about some of the places where you'll be speaking next year, where people can
You broke up again. Where people can, you said where
this
people,
juicy information.
oh, where people can. So in March, I'll be speaking at the Execute 2016 conference with Natasha Mayo. So super excited about that. And also in April, I will be speaking at a conference called Christian Girls Rock, to young ladies, the ages of about 13 to I think 18, on empowering them to walk in their greatness and unlock their confidence. And so I'm super excited about that. And so right now, that's really, besides other speaking at different schools and churches, on the Regina Robinson Speaks platform side for the women conferences, those are the 2 conferences I have in store coming up in 2016.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. So definitely share. You know Regina's going to be rocking the house. Dr. Wright, tell us about some of the stuff that you have going on. I know you're always hosting blabs and doing media training and crowdfunding. Like,
Yeah.
where can we get more Dr. Wright?
But yeah, Monday nights we have Media Monday on Blab, and so you just have to look for Dr. Wright One. That's my Twitter handle, DrWright. Monday nights at 7 p.m. we do a whole blab about media training and how to get into the media and how to use the media to actually give you more conversions. One of the secrets to using the media is using it in a way that takes the traffic you already have coming and helping you to convert those to buyers. A lot of people are getting between 1% and 3% conversion, and when you use media well, you can push it to 11% and beyond. And so I definitely talk about that. And on Fridays, I do a crowdfunding blab, so I answer questions about crowdfunding. But I'm really focused on media right now. It's so exciting because there's so many new things coming up in 2016 in terms of the shows and the types of things that are looking for professional guests, not just people who have a talent, but people who are professionals in their field and can really share something. And so I love giving people a chance to really spread the word when they know how to work with the media and make that happen.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you. And if you're looking on and you're like, you know what, Dr. Nadia, next year is my year to be on the stage, then you need to reach out to me. We have opportunities. Like I said, we're going to be in Dallas. We're going to be in Phoenix. God only knows what else we'll cook up. So reach out to me. Send me a message on Facebook. Feel free to send me a text message. My number is 480-236-5106. Again, that number is 480-236-5106, and let's chat about, either having you on a broadcast or having you live and in person on stage in either Dallas and or Phoenix. Well, we won't belabor the hour. We definitely want to thank each and every one of you for joining us for the Womanpreneur After Party Part 2. Don't forget to join us for the final after party for Womanpreneur 15 next Monday, December 14th, the day after my birthday, hint, hint. At 8 p.m. Eastern, we will be here to party. It'll be an extended birthday party and definitely the Womanpreneur after party. So I'll see you then. Thank you. Thank you again, Regina, for those amazing, amazing nuggets. I got some really good notes. I can't wait for the ball to drop. So excited, and congratulations on your new ebook and on your new website.
Thank you, Dr. Nadia, for having me.
You're welcome. And always, thank you, Dr. Wright. I appreciate you for being my co-host, and I will see you again next week. Good night, everyone.
Good night.